for the young families out there with the little ones, because I know you're not getting any sleep and you need your sleep. So guess what? We brought Nanny Robina here to help you get some shut-eye with your little ones. I can't tell you how popular this topic is.
Oh, I know.
You know all about it because you do sleep clinics and you deal with families all the time. So TD and City asked what you wanted to see on City Line today, and oh my goodness, did we hear you. This week you wanted some sleep solutions. So we are going to go all through what you need to know to get your little ones sleeping. It is possible. They do actually sleep, right? They can actually sleep.
You know, a good part of my own business is all about scheduling, and I think people forget how important it is. If you allow a baby to sleep, for example, you know, 8 o'clock in the morning, you want to put him down again at 9:30, perhaps he's not going to. It's all about scheduling the time, the right time that your baby's expecting, you know?
Okay, well, let's start by talking about the room itself.
The room itself,
if they're old enough to be in their own nursery, and I'm sure you'd say put them in the nursery right away. I didn't do that with mine. They were with me, like, tucked right into my armpit. But when you get them into the nursery, you have to make sure that the conditions are good sleeping conditions.
Absolutely, because,
how does the room need to feel?
Yeah, because often I'll go into someone's home and just fixing these little, you know, these little incidents, if you like, or these little changes that you need can actually have your baby sleeping. The first one is the temperature of the room.
Yeah.
Okay, why is this important? The guided line is 18. Tracy, let me tell you, I go in many homes and I'm sweating because temperature's like 26, 24. It needs to be 18. Go for a cooler room, because what happens is the atmosphere becomes actually too dry, which then causes the membrane of the baby's nose to be dry. So if you get your baby up in the morning, you've got boogies coming down your baby's nose. That alone could actually end up waking your baby because the nose has become stuffed up and they can't breathe.
See, somebody has a booger
there
in
you
their
go.
nose.
They agree with me.
That's what's
I told
going
you she
on
was
out
right,
there.
Mom. Yeah, there you go.
And the thing is, I guess a lot of us think, oh, it's a baby, we can't put a blanket on them, you want the temperature to be warmer. But really, all of us sleep better in colder,
cooler room. It's a cooler room. The air's cooler. But if you feel concerned about that, just bring out a sleep sack, extra pair of pajamas, keep your baby warm that way. It's the air that needs to be cooler.
Now, you also have to worry about the amount of light going in that room, don't you?
Yes. You know, every sleep expert has a different opinion. I truly do believe that once your baby has actually turned 3 months, it's harder for them to get to sleep in any form of light. I've read studies where light actually can create brain activity, so the brain has a problem completely shutting down and getting into that deep sleep that a baby needs. And I can go into a house, I tell you, and sadly just fix the problem that could have been fixed months ago by darkening the room.
Right.
So it has to be very, very dark. A baby doesn't need night lights. Any light coming in at the side of the curtains, solve it. That again can actually prevent your baby from sleeping. So you need to make the room very, very dark.
Get those blackout blinds. If you are in the beginning stages of planning your nursery, or if they're not, put an extra sheet on the window at night so that it's really, really dark in there.
Yeah.
Now, changes that you have to make at 3 months, because as you said, you know, they find it a little bit harder when they get to that age to put themselves down. What do you need to be thinking about at that age?
What happens up until your baby's about 3 months, as many moms know, it's like the fastest growing time, and they, you know, for the best part, some babies sleep a lot, some babies don't. They're all over the place. You can't really change that for the first 3 months. The first 3 or 4 months, because that's your baby coming into themselves. But once they hit that somewhere between 3 and 4 month mark, they start putting themselves on a schedule. They put themselves on a schedule. That schedule 9 times out of 10 doesn't suit you, because it tends to be sleep all day, party all night. And that's when you have to start changing the schedule and start implementing naps at the right time, allowing so much sleep in blocks. If you allow a baby to sleep, let's say from 8 o'clock until 12, the chances are they're not going to sleep in the afternoon. Then what will happen is if they don't sleep in the afternoon, they won't sleep at night because they've become overtired. So that's when you need to start implementing a schedule.
Okay, so naps. In the beginning, they're doing maybe morning and then afternoon, or afternoon and then late afternoon naps. At some point, you got to take out one of those naps, and then maybe get it all the way down to 1 nap, right?
You know what you have to also consider is as your baby grows, they're not able to go down to sleep at the same time. So if you've been putting your baby down to sleep at, let's say, 8:30, as your baby approaches 6 months, if they woke up at 7, they're probably not able to go down at 6:30 because they're able to stay awake longer. So this is where, when I talk about scheduling and how much sleep, it has to change as your baby grows. somewhere around about 6 months, your baby's probably able to stay awake for 2 hours. So you would want to nap every 2 hours, but you wouldn't want to nap too much.
Yeah.
A guideline would be approximately 3.5 hours sleep. So what I do is like half an hour, 45 minutes in the morning, 2 hours in the afternoon, and just a cat nap later on.
How long is that?
You see, if your baby wakes up at 2 o'clock, they're not going to make it from 2 till 6.
Right.
Okay? What's going to happen is your baby's going to become overtired. That is going to cause your baby to continuously wake up through the night. And so you implement a little cat nap, 15, 20 minutes, half an hour max, before 4 o'clock. Okay, you want at least an open window of 2 to 2.5 hours prior to bedtime with no sleep. And that's what you want to aim for.
Okay, and then it's dinner time, and then getting them down and getting them into a bedtime routine, right? You almost have to start them on that bedtime routine.
You do.
Right from when they're babies.
You
the
do.
bath, the book, the bottle.
Yeah.
Do you do the bottle right before bed, or the?
You know, that's the one time I encourage parents to switch it over, so they have the solids and they have the milk at the last moment, because, and I think it's also a special moment for mom, right?
Yes.
You know, I'll have parents tell me, yeah, we've done away with the bottle. I know you still give that last bottle 15, 16 months, and they're still having that last bottle. It's more for mom than it is for the baby.
Yeah.
I'm a firm believer of actually having a very good, I'm all for having a routine at bedtime, because I think it tells the baby what is happening, you know?
I think people have gone to very large extremes to get their kids to go to sleep at some point or another. I'm sure you've seen all sorts of craziness
I have.
when you're in people's houses.
I really have. And you know, it's so easy to fix.
Yeah.
And that's the key. Yeah,
well, we want people to weigh in. If there was like a really crazy way you got your kids to sleep, or you're doing it right now, why not talk about it on national TV? Send us a picture or drop us a line at cityline.ca. You can hit us up on our Facebook page. You can hit us up on Twitter. But we like to know that we can join the conversation altogether. And also go to our website, because we want to hear from you, and let us know what you want to hear next on this segment with TD, because we've got this lovely opportunity for you to win with TD as well. All right, thanks for the tips,
Thank you.